Hello, fourth graders. So today we are doing our Unit 3, Lesson number 7, which is on page 119 of your book. And today we're talking about sort of what to do if you realize you've made a mistake while solving a division problem. So, of course, we'll start off with our puzzle penguin. We're also going to talk about what to do with zeros in your quotients or your answers. Okay, so let's start with this puzzle penguin. He said, "Dear math students, puzzle penguin started to solve this division problem and realized there was a problem. Some friends suggested different ways to fix it. So let's go ahead and write out the problem on our whiteboard. If you don't have your whiteboard, you can pause the video, go get it. 476 divided by 4. So he did 3 times 7 is 28. And that's pretty close to 34. But I think what he realized his problem was instead of 4 times 7, he should have done 4 times 8, right? Because that'll get you 32. And then you have 2 as your difference, right? Let's go ahead and finish solving it. 4 times 6 is 24. Subtract. And then 3, 6, 4 times 9 is 36. Boop. Okay, so we know the answer is 867. Now he has a couple friends who so sweetly offered to help him figure out how to fix his problem. So I'm gonna just erase this and leave that there as our answer so we don't forget what it was. So his friend Jacob suggested the puzzle penguin erase the 7 and write an 8 in its place. The puzzle penguin would also need to erase the calculations and do them over. So that's basically what we did. Do you think that that makes sense? Because at the end here, it's going to say which friend was right. So Jacob's idea seems pretty good, right? That's basically what we did, and we like it. Fred told the puzzle penguin to cross out the 7 and write an 8 above it. The next step would be to subtract 1 more 4. Now, why would you subtract 1 more 4? Because you're dealing with 8 4s now instead of 7 4s. So that would also lead to, and we'll just quickly write out what that would do. It says 4, 3, 4, 7, 6, 7 crossed out, and 8. So then he had 4 times 7, which is 28. And then he got 6. And then he did 1 more 4 minus 4. Brings you got 2, brings down that 7. Now we're dealing with the same thing. We have our 27 minus 24, and you get 3, bring down that 6, 36. So 869 is still going to get the same answer, right? It's just a little like lopsided, but that's fine. We know what it means. Okay, so Fred had a good idea there too. Let's look at Ahmad's idea. Ahmad showed Puzzle Penguin how to use expanded notation method and just keep going. So let's write it out one more time. 3, 4, 7, 6. We put our 700 there. And then he just put the 100 more on top. So he had the 2800. And he was like, oh, whoops. 676. And then he did 1 more 100, which would be 400. And then he got his 76. And then he would do his 4 times what gets you close to but not over 70. If you do, oh, sorry, 200. There we go. I was like, wait, what happened? 276. So 27, then you'd have your 6 10s, right? And you get your 240, and you get 36, and that will give you, we don't really have space for it, but also plus 9. So then that 100 plus 700 is 800, and then 60, 60, and then 9, 9. Same answer. So Ahmad's approach is also a good way to go. Right? So good job to Ahmad. Chris showed Puzzle Penguin how you can add how with the place value sections another section can be added. So they were doing this one with the boxes. We'll draw our box. So now this would be easier if you have like a whiteboard, I think. 4, 6, 2,800. So that was with the 700. And then he had the 676, and he's like, oh, whoopsie poopsie, you know, what you could do with that is we'll get one more 100 in there. Then just drawing that there, 100 more. Then you have 676 minus the 400, and then you have the 276 again. And then you can just keep on going. 76. You would do 60 to get 240. And then you'd have 36, and then your 36 minus 36 would be with the 9, right? And that would still get you 869. So what was the problem that the Puzzle Penguin had? In every case, we adjusted it in the same, by the same amount, but in a different kind of way. What do you think the problem was? Basically, the first digit in the quotient was too small. So what do? We made it bigger, right? We adjusted and added one more 100 in one way or the other, and then we ended up getting the right answer. So then, which friend was right? They were all correct. How nice. How lucky is he to have 4 helpful friends like that? Okay, let's turn this page. And remember, the reason that we're talking about this is you're probably going to find a moment, like I know I have several times, where I'm like, wait a second, it's 6 there, then you can get another 4 in there. So then, and we just want to make sure that you know how you can adjust. You can use any of these methods. I personally think this one's pretty straightforward, but if you want to do one of these, you, by all means, you go for it, okay? All right. So let's go ahead, start solving some of these problems. I'm probably going to use my whiteboard just because I don't feel like there's a lot of space here on this book. So if you have your whiteboard, you do that with me. So here we go. We got 1,842. We have a 6 over here. All right. Can 8 go into 1? Oops. Nope, it can't. So we don't put anything there. We just move on to the next place value. Can 8 go into, or sorry, can 6 go into 18? Yes, it can go in 3 times. 6 times 3 is 18, and you have a 0 here. Bring that 4 on down. Can 6 go into 4? No. 0 times. So we subtract 6 times 0, which is 0. And then we have 4, and we bring that 2 on down. 6 times what is 42? It's a math fact right there. 7. It's 42. And you have 0. So all we did here is, as we encountered a moment in between our digits that didn't have enough space for a whole 6, it was just 6 times 0, right? And that was 0. And then we subtracted. We just continued the process. So when you're dealing with a situation like that, there's no need to panic. The only thing is, if you don't put that 0, someone might read this number as 37. And 37 is very different than 307. So you need to put that 0 in to mark that there are 0 10s, but there are 300s and 7 1s. Okay? All right, so let's write that one down. 307. Okay, next one. Here we go. 5,125 divided by 8. Can 8 go into 5? No. Can 8 go into 51? Yes. Let's see. 8 times 8 is 64. That's a square number, right? So that's a little high. 8 times 7 is 56. 8 times 6 is 48. Subtract. That's 3. Bring down that 2. Can 8 go into 32? Right? That would be 4 times. So that's 32. And then 0. And then can 8 go into 5? Nope. So what do? 8 times 0 gets us 0. And then we have 5. And then we have our remainder of 5. Okay? Just remember, you have to put that 0 there to mark that 8 goes into 5 0 times. There's nothing you can multiply 8 by to get close to, but not over 5 because 8 is bigger than 5. So you have that 0 there, so that you have to have 0 8s. Okay, so 640, remainder 5. Okay. How are you feeling about this, you guys? You feeling good? Hopefully. Okay, let's do, for any of these, if you're feeling up to it, you can go ahead of me for these two sections, these two rows, and then you can, correct them with me and see how you're doing. If you want to stay with me, though, you're welcome to do that. So let's do 4 over here, 4,154. Okay, can 4 go into 4? How many times? Once. 4 times 1 is 4. Subtract 0, bring down that 1. 1. What do we do here? Panic? Cry? No, of course not. We just know that 4 goes into 1 0 times. You can't have even 1 4 inside of 1. So then we multiply 4 by 0, and we have 0. We have 1. Now we bring down our 5. 4 goes into 15, almost 4 times, but not quite. So 3 times, right? 4 times 3 is 12, and then we have 3 here. Bring down that 4. 4 goes into 34. 8 times 32. Difference is 2, so remainder 2. Oh, I wrote down the number wrong from the problem. This is a 2, so then this is a 2, so then this is a 0, and then there you go. So there's no remainder on that one. Sorry if I confused you. Let's write that answer down though. 1,038. I guess that's one of the downsides of writing the problem on your own, on your whiteboard, but as long as you're checking and making sure, you should be fine. Okay, 9,522 divided by 5. 5 can go into 9 once. 5 times 1 is 5. Subtract. Bring it on down and bring it on back. 5 goes into 45 9 times, and it is 45, right? Subtract. Bring it on down. 5 goes into 2 0 times. You can't even have a single 5 inside of 2. So minus 5 times 0 is 0. Have that 2, bring this other 2 down. 5 goes into 22 4 times, is 20, and then that gets us 2 as our remainder. So 1,904, remainder 2. Okay. If you've been sticking with me, go ahead and give these ones a shot. See how you're doing. Hit pause and hit play when you're ready, okay? All right. 7,531. 3 divided by 3. So can 3 go into 7? yes, they could go in 2 times, right? 3 times 2 is 6. Subtract, and then you get 1. Bring down that 5. 3 goes into 15 exactly 5 times. Subtract. 0. Bring down that 3. 3 goes into 3 perfectly once. 0. Bring down that 1. 3 goes into 1. It doesn't. So we put that 0. So everyone knows it's 2,510, not 251. And we have a remainder of 1. Right? Okay. 2,510 remainder. Okay. Hopefully you're getting that right. Here we go on the next one. Okay. Two can go into 4. How many times? Twice. 2 times 2 is 4. Bring down that 0. And then we have a 0. Oh my gosh, 0, 0. What do we do? Don't worry about it. 2 goes into 0. 0 times. Minus 0. Bring down that. Subtract to get 0. Bring down that 1. 2 goes into 1. 0 times. 0. 1. Bring down that 8. 2 goes into 18. 9 times. 2009. No remainder. I think they tried to get you on that one, but not today, huh? Not you. Maybe you. If they got you, you know, it's okay. We're here to learn. No worries. Okay, next one. Here we go. 4 is dividing 8,200. 4 goes into 8 twice. 4 times 2 is 8. Bring down that 2. 4 goes into 2 0 times. So 0, 2. 4 goes into 20 5 times. And you get 20 when you multiply 4 times 5. 0, and 4 goes into 0 0 times, minus 0, and it's the no remainder. 2050. Whoopsie, I wrote that wrong. 2050. All right, last one of these here. Nine 102 7. All right. 7 goes into 9 only 1 time. 7 times 1 is 7. Subtract, and you get 2. Bring down that 1. 7 goes into 21 3 times, and you get 21. 0 here. Bring down that 0. 7 goes into 0 0 times. 7 times 0 is 0. Subtract, bring it down, and 2. 7 goes into 2, also 0 times. 0. Remainder 2. So important that you have those zeros holding that place value. Otherwise, someone's going to think you have like 13, which is like so different, right? 1,300, remainder 2. All right. Cameron has a collection of 436 miniature cars that he displays on 4 shelves in a bookcase. If the cars are divided equally among the shelves, how many cars are on each shelf? What do you think we should do here? We're taking the 436 and we're dividing it equally onto 4 shelves. So 436 divided by 4 shelves. Now all we do is the same thing, right? 4 goes into 4 1 time, and it's 4, 0, bring down that 3. 4 goes into 3 0 times, right? And it's 0. subtract, and you get 3. 4 goes into 36 after you brought down that 6 9 times, and it's 36. And there's no cars left over. So we'll write down 436 divided by 4 equals 109 cars. Okie dokie. The Tropical Tour Company has 2,380 brochures to distribute equally among its 7 resort hotels. How many brochures will each hotel receive? So we're having that number that's getting divided. The dividend goes inside 2,380. And the divisor, the number that's doing the dividing, is the 7 hotels. Can 7 go into 2? No. I mean, technically, if you wanted, you could put a 0 there. It wouldn't really matter either way, though. It's not going to change the value of the number. Can 7 go into 23? Yes, it can. It can go into 3 times. 7 times 3 is 21. Find the difference. It's a 2. Bring down that 8. 7 goes into 28. 4 times. 28. 0. Bring down that 0. Are we done? Almost. We have to say 7 times 0. Otherwise, all those hotels are not going to get the brochures that they need from the Tropical Tour Company. So 340, not 34. 2,380 divided by 7 equals 340 brochures. Last one. Give it a shot on your own. See how you do. Pause and play when you're ready, okay? All right, here we go. A factory packs 8,444 bottles of water in boxes for each day. If each box contains 8 bottles, how many full boxes of water can the factory pack in one day? Okay, so we're having our 8,000 440 divided by 8. 8 goes into 8 one time. It's 8. Difference is 0. 8 goes into 4 0 times. So 8 times 0 is 0. Subtract, bring it on down. 44. 8 goes into 44 5 times. 40. Bring that 4 down because it's difference, and then bring the other 0 down. 8 goes into 40. We already know. 5 times, it's 40. No remainder. So 8,440 divided by 8 equals 1,055 boxes. Alrighty, everybody. Make sure you're practicing your math facts. Make sure you have done your assignments if you need to. And thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.